These eyes aren't real. In fact, they're contact lenses, and it takes a very precise, skilled type of artist to make them. Today, we're going to find out how they're made by Eyeworks for film. And they've made contact lenses for James Bond, Star Wars, and even Game of Thrones. We're going to see how they're produced here and even get fitted with some lenses of our own.
Such heavy ones to distort such eyes. But Dr. Reuben Greenspoon of Beverly Hills, California.
Beverly Hills optometrist Reuben Greenspoon is credited with first using lenses to augment a character's appearance. Greenspoon was tasked with changing an actor's eyes from natural brown to blue in 1939's Miracles for Sale. He created a blue ceramic material, which was glazed. The lens was attached and run through a kiln to fuse the glass and ceramic together, leaving a round aperture of 4 millimeters. Since hydrogel soft contact lenses went into mass production in 1971, lenses with simple colour pigments have become pretty accessible. But designing and painting bespoke lenses is still an art form.
These will irritate your eyes at first.
Actors wear contacts to change their colour pigment, to look older, create imperfections, or even transform into another species. This is Sinead Sweeney, one of the directors of Eyeworks for film. The company's worked on some big Hollywood movies.
The idea of the contact lens will either come from the makeup designer or the prosthetic department, or occasionally just from the director. So they will approach us maybe with a character brief or just an idea, in which case we would research a lot about that look and then develop some concept art, some designs.
First, Sinead has got to check that the actor's eyes are suitable for lenses. She does a prescription check. U-A-F. She then checks the inside of the retina with an ophthalmoscope and takes a 3D scan.
So we want to make sure that the lens sits exactly over the cornea so that when you're wearing the contact lens or when our actors are wearing them, that feels very, very normal.
Further checks look at the curve of the eye, the diameter of the iris, and the front of the eye for dryness, using a yellow dye called fluorescein.
Are my eyes glowing? I thought about, actors on set. You're on set for a really long time, and how do you stop your eyes from getting really dry?
It's really, we insert and remove the lenses for them because their hands might be covered in grease paint or blood. And we monitor them, we put drops in throughout the day, and we only limit the wearing time really. We don't allow them to wear them too long.
There's a trick to putting large lenses in. Chin up, then eyes down to the left.
You feel like you have an entire film over your eye now, so it's just, I can picture that would really put someone into character quite quickly.
Yeah.
The lenses take 2 to 3 weeks to paint and manufacture. But for the purposes of filming, here are some that we made earlier. We're going to return in just a bit to see how these ones turn out.
Oh my god!
Manufacturers like Number 7 make the prescription lenses, and then a lens artist such as Cristina Patterson from Eye Ink FX paints them by hand using FDA-approved paint. The lenses are then shipped and applied on set.
Sometimes subtlety is key when it comes to the makeup, so even one brush stroke too far can make a real difference. It's really, really special and specific pigments that they use. Obviously, anything that you're going to put on a lens that is, ultimately going to go into someone's eye, it really isn't just any pigment. There are a lot of safety guidelines, and also the lenses are sterilized. Extremely fine brushes, yeah, and you have to have quite an amazing artist in order to deliver certain textures and looks. The detail is extremely fine.
Oh my goodness. I look like a fish. I look like a fish. I'm a fish. I am Aquaman. I am what Aquaman was supposed to look like.
It's very similar actually in design to a lot of the Star Trek lenses, these lenses were painted by the same artist.
I've really got that kind of bug-eyed, fishy look going on, but there is something really alien about it. The detail here is incredible. It's the most strange feeling because they feel really jelly-like, but they look so glazed, like ceramics.
The lens is flattened to your eye, so it's important to get rid of air bubbles and keep putting in drops.
If we're going to sell this as an actual creature, the pupil would always be in the same place. So we make sure that the lens is stabilised. I think one of the biggest issues we have with that is actually when someone is lying down, because the lenses are weighted. So they tend to want to fall with gravity to the lowest point. So if you can imagine you've got your lenses sitting like a cat's eye, for example, and then they lie down, everything kind of swings.
And they're not the only lenses in the building. Sinead keeps cases of celebrity eyes from productions the company's worked on.
Serpent or snake eye looks that we used on David Tennant on Good Omens. So we've got our Night King. When you see them in this show, they have a post glow which is added in CG. And also we put some pixelated points on there which with VFX they could work with that to pull the glow effect out. They weren't the original blue. What else have we got in here?
I don't know, I love the fact you're saying who else. Like,
I
it's
know,
just like a collection of very dishy
to me, they're all people.
Yeah.
The company has made lenses for Penny Dreadful and Spectre. These are the mountains from Game of Thrones.
Well, that was a fascinating process. I can't believe that my eyes looked like that. That celebrity eye graveyard that we saw at the end. If my contact lenses can make it into there, I would be very, very happy.
It's clear the industry has come a long way since just being able to change eye colour in 1939. Now, thanks to this movie magic, actors can become all sorts of creatures.